Hi guys, this is Kathryn with Cat's 9 Lives, and I am here today to show you how you can make your own hydrosol out of just some materials that you can find around your kitchen. Now, in traditional aromatherapy, how one makes essential oils is to actually do steam distillation. Now, in steam distillation, what you have is you have a heating source, you have a glass flask which is filled with water. Now that water is heated and the steam passes through actual biomaterial. So in this instance, we would be doing Melissa. Now if you have a huge essential oil distiller, or you have a lot of plant material and you can actually make a good amount of essential oil, it would be worthwhile to do this process. Now what I'm going to be doing today is just making hydrosol from home, because not everyone has this kind of equipment. I do have one which you can see in an earlier video, but today I'm actually going to be showing you how you can basically do this same process, which I'm about to show you, with just equipment that you have around your house. Now what is happening here is the steam is passing through the plant material, is passing over here, and then you have basically a pot over here that's filled with ice cubes and a pump that is pumping water, that is ice cold water, that is recondensing this steam vapor back into a liquid. Now what that does is it basically breaks up the essential oil from the water in the cells of the plant material. So then that recondenses back into a liquid, into this kind of catch system right here. And what you have is you have the hydrosol, which is more dense, so it rests on the bottom here, which you can pour off, and then you have this tiny bit of essential oil. And we'll be going over a little bit more in a later video, like just how potent essential oils are, but just to give you a number, it takes 200 pounds of lavender buds to make 16 ounces of lavender essential oil, which may not have any meaning to you, which is fine. I'm about to show you what that actually means in the future. Today I'm actually going to show you how to make your own hydrosol. So what is hydrosol? Hydrosol is basically the recondensed water vapor from this plant material. It can be used for a face toner, it can be used to make your own creams and lotions, it can be used to include in beverages, and the one that we're going to be doing today is lemon balm. And how we're going to be making it is with just basic equipment that you'd have in your kitchen. So what I mean by that basic equipment is we're going to start with a pot. Now inside of this pot we're going to have a brick, just like half piece of a brick, right? I'm going to put that in the bottom of the pot. On top of that brick I'm going to set this steaming basket. It's basically like a loose filter, and then on top of that I'm going to be putting this glass bowl. Now I need to still collect all the plant material, so I have all of this Melissa officinalis. So I'm gonna strip, the leaves off of here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place them around the outside of the bowl. Now what is that gonna do? Well, let me show you. What that's gonna do is if we basically have the pot here, and I have the brick, and I have the steaming basket, right? And then I have the bowl sitting in here, okay, which is open. So I'm gonna basically take the plant material that I have, and I'm gonna stuff this area with that plant material. And then I'm gonna pour in some distilled water, and I'm gonna pour it in just basically to fill this area. So this is gonna be water. So this is all plant material. And so what's gonna happen is when this is on the burner here, and this is heated, this is going to create steam that goes through this plant material. Now, as part of this process, you also need a metal bowl. Now, why do you need a metal bowl? You need a metal bowl because metal isn't going to shatter when you have that heat exchange between heat and ice cold. So basically, you're going to take this metal bowl and you're going to cap this pan with this metal bowl, right? Like so. And then you're gonna take these tiny little solid cubes of water, also known as ice, and you're gonna fill the top of that bowl with that ice. And you're gonna turn the heat on your stove up to, like, you know, medium heat. So what's going to happen is you're going to have basically steam come up through this plant material, and then you have this bowl up here with pieces of ice, right? Ice. So this steam is going to come up here, it's going to hit this bowl, which is really, really cold. And because it's a concave shape, it's going to ride down the side of the bowl, and it's going to drop into this center bowl. So you're going to catch all of your hydrosol basically in this center bowl, which, you know, you're going to have to basically watch your system because the ice is going to melt because it basically has heat hitting the bottom of it. And so you're going to have to replace that ice, and you're going to have to I spy inside of your little system to make sure that your hydrosol isn't pouring over that bowl. And an important piece of it too is to make sure that none of your plant material is in this center bowl, because otherwise you're basically going to make tea, and you don't want to make tea, you want to make hydrosol. So this is basically what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to go ahead and set up the system and run it for a little while just to show you guys what I'm coming up with. But hydrosol should always be a clear fluid. It will smell and taste exactly like the material because it's basically like this recondensed steam that you're catching inside of this system. And again, you can use this for creams and lotions that you make. You can use this like maybe like a half tablespoon added to water or seltzer water as like a beverage. You could also use it just as a spray or a mist. But you can make it with plant material that you have an abundance of in your garden, or that your friends or family members have an abundance of in their garden. And it's a way to use the abundance that, you know, life offers you, and you don't necessarily have to use essential oils because those are super concentrated. And I will be showing, when I do get a lot more plant material, just how much essential oils we'll be making with this plant material. But otherwise, I'm going to set up the system and show you exactly what we're coming up with. But I hope you have fun this summer making your own hydrosols. Thanks for coming around.